So this is actually one of the other individuals. I hope you guys can see this picture. So this looks like the 17-year-old Jalen Wilson. That's Jalen Wilson. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add Jalen to the rest of the pictures. Let me get those up here real quick. And boom. And so the other individual is this fool right here. Old Sleepy Eyes Jones looking ass. 18-year-old Travion Nelson. So Sanaa was last seen leaving her home on Windsor Lake Boulevard in Northeast Columbia on April the 5th, which was not that long ago, with Wilson, the 17-year-old. So I want y'all to remember, we have a 15-year-old and a 17-year-old. What they're trying to say is that this girl potentially knew these people and might have been hanging out with these people. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't have a clue about that. Okay, we got news articles playing. All right. Anyway, her body was found the night of April 28th in Lexington County. Now, according to the Lexington County coroner, Margaret Fisher, an autopsy showed that the girl, Amenhotep, died because of multiple gunshot wounds. Her death is being ruled a homicide. Devastation when you have to tell parents that they've lost their 15-year-old, said Richland County Sheriff Leon Lott. Deputies said the other girl who was with her was not injured. According to Richland School District 2, Sanaa was a ninth grader at Richland Northeast High School. Neither Wilson nor Nelson attended the school in the district. We're also learning more about Nelson's criminal history, which means I might need to break out my other t-shirt. Can we get a hashtag when you date thugs, you date death? And in no shape, form, or fashion, I hope the family is listening. I'm not saying that this girl was dating any of them. I'm not saying that she was in a relationship with any of them. But let's just assume that if she was kicking it with them, maybe friends with them, yes, I believe she got set up by people she thought were her friends. Okay? That's where we're at. We even have an emoji, hashtag date thugs, date death. Yes. Although our background search came up with no past charges on Thursday, a search through Lexington County court records show Nelson was free on a $5,000 bond and a $2,000 bond on a third-degree domestic violence charge and a weapons charge. He posted bail on March the 24th. Now that makes me suspicious. So if he posted bail on March 24th, got out, and I'm assuming that a lot of these thug dudes, they hold grudges. They're super, like they're hyper emotional. We'll call it that. They're hyper emotional. They don't think clearly, and they damn sure don't think with logic. I would have to imagine whatever or whomever caused that person to be in jail, he probably wanted to retaliate on that person, which is why I believe this might have been a setup. Okay? Now, on Thursday, Lott said gang activity is connected to Sanaa's death, but we haven't been able to find out more details, find out more about those details or how Sanaa knew Wilson and Nelson. We also don't know any more about the other teenage girl who was with her. Now, Sanaa's father, who you guys see right here, he is a community activist. This is what makes this even more complicated. He is a community activist, which could also potentially put this in the realm of a setup because maybe they wanted to take it out on the dad and used his daughter. Maybe the daughter might have been involved in something and they specifically wanted to go for her. I don't know. But I'll tell you guys what I think, because it's only one or two scenarios that will make this make sense. Shout out to Tommy, by the way. He said he wants to change the legislation and policies regarding missing children in hopes of bringing a bigger sense of urgency when a child is reported missing. Now, Nelson is still on the run, and if you see him, they are asked to call deputies if you see him, which is the 18-year-old. That's Travion Nelson. I don't think too highly about people with the name of Travion anyway. That just sounds like some hood name type dudes that's going, I don't know. Let me make sure I got all of this. They did rule her death as a homicide because she was shot. So I think I already said that. But the girl was last seen leaving her North Columbia residence and was reported missing by her mom. Now, according to Lott, the girl likely left home voluntarily with a young woman and 2 male acquaintances. I'm going to read that again. They said she was last seen leaving her North Columbia residence and was reported missing by her mother. According to Lott, who is the sheriff, the girl likely left home voluntarily. What does that mean? Here's what I believe it means. I think that they came by, they threatened her, and said, if you don't come with us, we're going to do something really bad to you. So she was either lured by her friend, the girl, or she was threatened by the dudes. Because y'all know they tend to do stuff like that. They tend to use each other. Like the girls are usually the ones that get these guys, like they'll usually will do whatever it is. They'll coerce whoever it is that they're talking to. Then the guys will bust in and do something heinous. Okay? So here's what my estimation is. Either the dad might have given the police some information that caused that dude that you just saw on my screen. Let me see if I can go back. Right there. That caused him to get locked up. Or something happened to that man's daughter by this individual and he wanted to take it out on her. Maybe she witnessed something. Maybe she was friends with somebody. Maybe she was talking to somebody that maybe he was an enemy of. Who really knows? This thing is just really, really crazy, okay? But let me give you guys the fair usage, and I'll go ahead and let you guys listen to the news videos. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. All right, here we go. And I'll try not to pause these, so if you guys would, do me a favor and click that thumbs up. You could also show love for the memory of this young lady and click that thumbs up. It's kind of like a virtual hug. So click that thumbs up. Let's get it.
Well, as we mentioned, Sinai had been missing for almost a month, and then her body was found today in the Batesburg-Leesville area. So News 19's Emily Carell joins us now for that part of the story with an update from Lexington County. Emily, what'd you find out?
Andrea, so let me kind of break down what we know. So we are live in the Leesville area in Batesburg-Leesville. We're off of Rish Drive. It's a small dirt road kind of near I-20, and it's where they found Sinai's body early this morning. So they believe that she was kidnapped. Deputies say that they believe she was kidnapped and then murdered. And then they do have one juvenile in custody, and they're looking for Travion Nelson. So she went missing, like you said, 3 weeks ago on April the 5th from Richland County, but Lexington is now taking over, the Lexington County Sheriff's Department. But we did talk to a neighbor who has lived here for 45 years and cannot believe that this happened in her backyard.
The children laugh at us because we've been on this spot so long, and she watched my house and I watched hers. And I was asking her, did she know about the young lady that they found? She said, no, I was in the house. And I said, Lord, Shirley, I just thank God for you because you always watch out for me, my children in this corner. And I always watch out for her, and her family on this corner, because they laugh at us about, if anything going at Miss Shirley's house, we better gonna know about it. If anything going at Miss Betty's house, Miss Shirley gonna know about it. But that's the way they were supposed to be. We're supposed to watch out for each other, and that's what God put us here, to take care of each other. And we're not doing such a good job when you find out that nobody cares no more about this child than to just dump her in the woods like garbage.
I'm not sure if that's a South Carolina thing. I barely, and I don't mean no disrespect, I really did not understand what she said. I'm going to have to rewind. Let me see if I can hear this again.
That they found. She said, no, I was...
Let me back this up a little bit. And y'all tell me, did y'all understand what she said? Because I really didn't.
Years and cannot believe that this happened in her backyard.
The children laugh at us because we've been on this spot so long, and she watched my house and I watched hers. And I was asking her, did she know about the young lady that they found? She said, no, I was in the house. And I said, Lord, Shirley, I just thank God for you, because you always watch out for me, my children in this corner, and I always watch out for her and her family on this corner, because they laugh at us about, if anything going at Miss Shirley's house, we better gonna know about it. If anything going at Miss Betty's house, Miss Shirley gonna know about it. But that's the way they were supposed to be. We're supposed to watch out for each other, and that's what God put us here, to take care of each other. And we're not doing such a good job when you find out that nobody cares no more about this child than to just dump her in the woods like garbage.
I think she said something really cool. So basically what she's saying is, we don't seem to really care about each other. And that's a message that I've been talking about for a while. So basically what she's saying is nobody cares for anybody anymore. And in my estimation, she's really talking about black people, us, my people. We seem to talk about Black Lives Matter, and we believe that Black Lives Matter and all of that good stuff. But then this is how we treat each other, and throwing this girl into, and shooting and killing her the way that they did, and throwing her away in the woods like garbage, really doesn't speak too well of how we treat our own. That's essentially what she was saying. But I ain't gonna lie, she was speaking really fast for me.
Nobody knows that these things are going to happen until that nightmare hits their household or their family members.
Well, this evening, more than 50 people came together to remember 15-year-old Sanai Amenhotep, who police say was murdered last month. News 19's Eleanor Tabone was at tonight's service.
She went from calling me Auntie Leisha to asking me to be her godmother. She spent 3 weeks with me last summer. You know, she's a city girl. I call her my city girl.
The community came together.
She has an infectious personality. She is very flamboyant in what she loves. She loves to dress up. She loves eyelashes.
To remember Sanai Amenhotep.
It's unfortunate that somebody took her away from us before we could see her full potential.
Sanai's godmother and Sanai's mother's best friend for 23 years, Alicia Coleman, says she thought of Sanai as her own child. So when the 15-year-old went missing on April 5th, Alicia said she knew something was wrong.
I would call Sanai and say, hey, what's going on? You know, she would always answer the phone. She would always answer the phone for me. So I knew it was different. I said, she didn't answer the phone for me. I said, this is not her. I went on her Instagram because me and her, I followed her on Instagram. She followed me. And I said, she's not active on Instagram? This is not Sanai. This is not her.
The teen, who was found 3 weeks later, police say was murdered with multiple gunshot wounds. Today, inside Levy's chapel, the life of Sanai Amenhotep was celebrated. Upon reflection, Salima Graham Fleming, Sanai's mother, said her daughter was full of life.
Love her, miss her, you know. She made imprints on just about everybody in
That's
here,
the mom.
whether we wanted her to or not.
She wants more to be done to protect the children of South Carolina.
These kids is missing. My baby was missing for 24 days. How many other kids are missing?
Others remembered Sanai for her lip gloss and lashes.
She knew that she was beautiful. She knew that she was a work of art because she looked like a work of art every single time I saw her, okay? She stepped out, her lip gloss was popping, her lashes were long, her outfits were cute.
Together, dozens of community members stood in unity and remembered the life of Sanai Amenhotep. In Columbia, Eleanor Tabone, News 19, WLTX.
It's in the name of Jesus that we release these balloons on her behalf as we continue to march and as we continue the Amenatak law.
The only thing I'm not crazy about is these balloons, and I've told you guys why, but as far as us continuing to pollute our environment, it's just not a wise idea to keep buying these balloons and just letting them fly all over the place and create all of this trash and stuff that hurts our environment and our animals. Let me say thank you real quick. Muse donated and showed some love, and I want to say thank you very much, Muse, if you're listening. Donated $50 by way of the super chat. So if you're listening, thank you very much. And for those who asked if we are live currently, yes, we are. This is not a replay. We are live, okay? All right, let's keep going.
So we release these in honor of our fallen daughter. Lord, have your way with her in Jesus' name.
All right, here comes the procession. Come on, Layla Bugs. Long live Sanaa. All right. Long live Sanaa.
I get it. Look, I know it's a thing that a lot of communities do. We should blow bubbles and not balloons. I think you can symbolically show love to a lost loved one, especially the kids. I'm glad that a lot of people showed up, but we are just wasting balloons and polluting our environment for no reason. We could have a candlelit vigil. We could have t-shirts. We could have bubbles. We could, I don't know, we could do so much, but that's just, those balloons are not going to go into the atmosphere. They're not going to go into space. They're going to come right back down. They're going to get in our oceans, get in our pools, get in our streams, get in our water supply. They're going to choke animals. They're going to cause power outages. They could potentially cause planes to crash. Strangle ducks. There's so much they could do. Killing turtles. It's just, in general, we gotta spread that message faster. We got to get past the balloon releases. I'm sorry, but let's move on.
We're starting off today with breaking news out of Lexington County. The Richland County Sheriff, Leon Lott, has announced the death of a missing 15-year-old, Sanaya Amenhotep. The teen was reported missing on April 5th when she was last seen leaving her home in northeast Richland County. We go now to News 19's Jenna Cruzina. She joins us with the details live outside of the Sheriff's Department. Jenna.
Good afternoon, Darcy. It was a heartbreaking announcement from both the Richland County.
Thank you. It's essentially air litter. Air litter. That's what we're going to start calling it. So for the people who are listening, that's what we're going to start referring to balloon releases as air litter. Let me say thank you, Tiffany Love. Said keep fighting the fight, Jay. We stand with you. Thank you for all that you do and your dedication. But remember, it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. And I want to thank you, Tiffany, and so many of you guys for showing love. Thank you very much. All right, let's keep going.
County Sheriff Leon Lott and the Lexington County Coroner Margaret Fisher as they made the announcement that the body has been found this morning of missing 15-year-old Sanaa. As you mentioned, she was last seen on April 5th and was reported missing by her mom. Sheriff Leon Lott says she left her home with two males that night and didn't return. He says he believes she went voluntarily at first, but then it turned into a kidnapping. Her body was found in Lexington County early this morning. So far, one arrest has been made. Lott says one juvenile was charged with kidnapping, and now they are asking for the community's help in finding the other suspect.
There's no way that when we work a case like this that our people don't get emotionally attached to the case, and then when you have an ending like this that it doesn't affect them. Even though she wasn't part of our immediate personal family, she was part of the Richland County family, and we've all suffered because she's gone. We are also looking for Travion Nelson. We have kidnapping warrants on him. He is still out in this community, so we're asking everybody to put just as much effort in finding him as the community put efforts in trying to find our missing 15-year-old. We need him.
And if anyone has any information, again, the sheriff is asking for the community's help in locating Travion Nelson. So if you have any information on his whereabouts, you are asked to call either the Richland County Sheriff's Department or Crime Stoppers at 1-888-CRIME-SC. And Darcy, an autopsy is scheduled with the coroner's office for tomorrow.
Jenna Krasina reporting live for us in Richland County. Jenna, thank you so much.
We begin with breaking news tonight, an update on the cause of death of a Richland County teen.
Hey, look at that. Muse is showing mad love. Muse sent in a third $50 super chat. Muse, if you're listening, wow, thank you so much. Not only did Muse join the channel membership, but donated 3 times. That's technically 4 times, actually. So if you're listening, I just want to thank you so much. I mean, I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. When you guys donate like that, it makes it so much easier for me to just do my job, come in here, speak on the issues, and get these things out there, get these stories out there, get through these emails, respond to people, talk to people as far as giving parenting tips and all types of stuff. But it makes it so much easier. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. Truly appreciate it.
Sanai Amenhotep. Tonight, authorities say she died from multiple gunshot wounds. Her body was found yesterday in a wooded area near Batesburg, Leesville. Sanai's death has been ruled a homicide, and investigators say they believe she died April 5th. That's the same day investigators believe she was abducted. At this point, one person has been arrested on kidnapping charges while another is being sought. He's 18-year-old Travion Nelson. If you have any information on his whereabouts tonight, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers. That number is always 1-888-CRIME-SC. Now, we begin tonight with a late-breaking update in the murder case of...
Now, they also have the police interview from the policeman you saw just a minute ago. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip that because it's like 9 minutes long. And you said he is in custody? I literally just looked this up not even an hour ago. Did they already find him? Because I was definitely getting ready to go off. Let me see if I can find it real quick. His name is Travion. What they say his last name was? Nelson. Let me make sure. Yep. Okay. Looks like it looks like he was. I don't know how I missed that. He is in custody. You are right. So as of 7 days ago, he was arrested. So there you go. Good deal. Good deal. All right. And if you guys are watching, please click that thumbs up. We're at 258 thumbs up. If we can get to 400 before we finish, we still got 2 more stories left to go. So let's try to click that thumbs up. We're really close, okay? All right, here we go.
Now, we begin tonight with a late-breaking update in the murder case of a Richland County teenager. Tonight, Lexington deputies have arrested 18-year-old Travion Nelson. He is set to be charged with murder in connection with the shooting death of 15-year-old Sanai Amenhotep.
And I just saw that other one come in, Muse, if you're listening. Another $50 super chat. Thank you so much for finding it in your heart and in your budget. Just thank you so much. I thank all of you guys who have contributed over all of this time, today, previous streams, even now. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
He was taken into custody this evening near Batesburg, Leesville. Investigators say a minor female has also been arrested. She's being held at DJJ. Sanai went missing back on April 5th. Her body was found yesterday in a wooded area near Batesburg, Leesville. So far, a motive hasn't been given.
Let me go ahead and stop it right there. I'm not going to even play the last video. I'm going to give y'all my closing thoughts. So, the friend that came over, so apparently this friend of Sanai's must have did something wrong, because not only is she arrested, which they just announced, but also Travion Nelson, the 18-year-old, the light-skinned dude looking like, let me see if I can get his face back up here. Let me get a better picture of him up here. I want to make sure y'all can see this face. This dude right here looking like a low-budget Ty Dolla $ign right here. And tell me he don't look like a low-budget Ty Dolla $ign. He really does. But he's been arrested. They should have never let him out on bail. They should have made his bail so high his ass couldn't have got out. Okay? Maybe that could have prevented this. We need to be a little bit more stricter in the law. But like I say, you know, if they grant you bail, then you're allowed to make bail, I guess. I don't know. But nonetheless, he's been arrested. The 17-year-old, let me see if I get his name, Jalen Wilson, has also been arrested. But I want y'all to think about it like this. Let's just say all three of them, including the female friend, let's just say they're guilty. Let's say they all participated in the demise of Sanaa. Why? If hashtag BLM to our people really means something, then you have to look at it like this. Can we blame this on the president? No. Can we blame this on the police? No. Can we blame this on the general population? White people? No. Who can we blame this on? The only people we can blame this on are those who share our culture and our skin color. Culture and skin color. Us. This is on us. And we have to start calling this thing out. Now, why people always in my comment section, is always really weird how people will look at me and they'll say, Jay, you must hate black people. You are bashing the black community. You're always bashing mothers. You're always doing this and that. The answer to that and the response to that is no, I don't. And it bothers me. It hurts me to my soul that some people, and it's not all, clearly people here in the AFC got plenty of sense. It's those dummies that say stuff like that. And I'm just like, no, I don't hate black people in general. I like black people in general. I like women in general. I like black women in general. Like black men in general. I like white people in general. I like everybody in general. We got to do that. Put it in quotations. I like all people in general. Can y'all type that in the chat? In general. Let me explain the difference. For those who murder, abuse, steal, kill, and destroy our children, I don't like any of them for any goddamn reason. Was that pretty clear? Was that pretty effing clear? I've been doing my best to try to not curse. I think I'm doing a pretty good job. Y'all know back in the day, 3-4 years ago, every other word out my mouth used to be a curse word. I'm doing so much better. I get really upset. I get fired up. I'm on Dragon Fruit Mountain Dew, or I said Mountain Dew, not the Mountain Dew, but Red Bull. I had Mountain Dew the other day. I hate those who hurt children. She is a child. This girl was only a little bit older than my daughter, maybe about 1.5 years older than my daughter. So I feel where his brother is coming from, and I'm going to tell y'all something. What makes this suck even 3 times more? Here's why. This father is a community activist. Let me see if I can go back to his picture. I don't know if I have. Right here. He is a community activist trying to make a difference, trying to be a good person. He might have done some bad things when he was growing up as a kid or in his youth, but he turned his life around and he's trying to do better. And to be real forthcoming with you guys, that's exactly what I'm doing. I've done some bad things, and I believe in atonement if you make up for the things that you've done bad. For the one thing that you've done bad, you should do 10 good things. If you did 10 things bad, you should do 100 good things. Everybody understand where I'm coming from? I am not the picture of a person who's done everything right. I've done a lot wrong. So I feel like it is my responsibility as a citizen in this country to make sure that not only I follow the law, but be a good example for my community, for my city, my county, my state, more importantly, for my daughter. Hello? And for this brother to be out trying to do the right thing, trying to make an example, trying to hold us accountable. Because if he's a community activist, that means he's community activizing. I don't even know if that's a word. It's probably not, but we're going to use it because I don't know what other word to use. Not that smart. If I was a box of crayons, I'd probably be a navy blue. Because I ain't the brightest one in the box. But I'm going to assume that he is an activist and his activism is in the black community. And it sucks that he's trying to make a difference, stand up for something right, and then they turn around and fire back on him like that? Karma don't come back that damn strong. It doesn't. It shouldn't, and it doesn't. What Ty Dolla $ign's retarded little son right here did, and what he also had his friends do, including Jalen Wilson and the girl, whatever they did and got them arrested that participated in this. I want y'all to think about this if Black lives really matter. What do we have? We have a dead Sanaa. We have her friend who was arrested. Or at least the other girl. Let me say the girl might be friends of the other people. She might not even be her friend. Then you have an arrested, or should be arrested, 17-year-old Jalen Wilson. Then you have an arrested Travion Nelson. Let's just say that they all go to jail for life over this murder, because it was indeed a murder. Now we have 4 young Black lives that are out of here. 4. We're always crying, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. We're always crying about Dante Wright. We're always crying about Ahmaud Arbery. We're always crying about Alton Sterling. We're always crying about Walter L. Scott. We're always crying about Rashard Brooks, crying about Breonna Taylor, crying about George Floyd, crying about Stephon Clark. We're always up in arms about that stuff. But not only do you not see a lot of people out protesting, upset, talking about Black Lives Matter and all of that stuff for the children like Malia Bass, Malia Davis, Camille Cupcake McKinney, Orrin and Orson West, Paris Bradley, Samantha Bell, Mackenzie Jade, Anaya Day Garrett, Nala Miller, Caden Swan, Sanaa Amenhotep. Where are the marches and protests gonna be for that? This is clearly a product, and these young dudes, they clearly don't have any value in themselves. They don't have any direction. They don't have any focus. They're not law-abiding citizens. They're not going to grow up to be anything except a burden on society. Because they don't see any value in themselves, because they didn't have a father in their lives. And what we did was we chose the benefits that we could collect off of these kids, hashtag babies for benefits, so we could have Section 8 food stamps, houses over our head. So too many of us in the Black community can take care of ourselves off the backs of our children, and then you leave the remnants of that will go out and destroy the rest of us. How about that? I can only say that in so many ways, and it sucks that I can't be 100% transparent without the fear of being blocked or having my videos taken down, flagged, or whatever the case is, but I think most people understand where I'm coming from. We are our own worst enemy. For people to make it seem like we need to take that we need to have more gun control. They say the guns are the problem. If this thug didn't have this gun, if the gun control laws were stronger, then this teenage boy between Travion Nelson, Jalen Wilson, and the girl wouldn't have had a gun, which we all know that that's false because criminals don't follow the law. I think it's really weird. And I thought about this scenario. And I said, you know what it's like whenever they try to enforce stronger laws on the law-abiding citizens as opposed to defunding thugs? I always thought about it like this. It's almost kind of like we're fighting a fight in the ring. And you got two boxers. You got two boxers in the ring fighting this fight. Somebody in the crowd says something. Those boxers stop fighting. One of the boxers stop fighting, climbs out of the ring, and goes start kicking spectators in the nuts. That's what this is like. Instead of them getting mad at the thugs that I talk about in my stories, the murderers, killers, and abusers, the ones that get arrested, charged, they get mad at me and say, I need to be beat up. I need to be shot. I need to be dragged, or whatever the case is. I shouldn't be able to be on YouTube. The problem is just Jay. And people really believe that. And until we decide to wake the F up, lives like hers are never going to matter. Because I think it does. And this young sister is so dear to my heart because, like I said, she's close to my daughter's age. And that's really scary for me, especially with me kind of being in the realm of activism like her dad. We're advocates. He is an activist. Slight difference. I don't directly interact with the thugs, but I do talk about it. And I see how upset these people get in my comment section when they be emailing me threats and all type of stupid crap. So yes, it's really, really scary to know that we are that far gone. Whatever the case is, no matter who she was hanging with, no matter who she was dating, no matter if it was gang related, everything starts with choice. And it seems like those three individuals that decided to take their vitriol out on that young lady, the problem is choice, and they could have made a different choice. Nobody forced them to. It's what they felt, and they acted on their actions. Emotional. It's stupid. And they need to suffer, and they need to be gone. End of story. This young girl should have gotten an opportunity to grow up and become something great. So to the father, we send our wishes and our prayers and condolences out to you. And to that beautiful young girl, Sanaa Amenhotep, young sister, young princess, R.I.P. I'm DJ Just Jay. We're the AFC, where we advocate for children first. And I thank you guys for listening with an open mind and an open heart. Thank you. Believe it or not, guys, you say you get threatened. Yeah, I do. The only thing I can do is just try to arm myself. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I go to the gun range. I practice. So I don't get caught. I don't get caught like what they say, lacking, get caught lacking. The best that I can. That's really all I can do. That's really it. But I'm definitely not going to be afraid to speak my opinion. That's for damn sure. Let's go ahead and talk about our next story, which is this one. I hate doing this on Mother's Day. I'm sorry. I got to give a shout out to the good moms, but y'all know that we have to separate the difference. We can't just say Happy Mother's Day to all moms. We have to say Happy Mother's Day to the good moms, because otherwise we would say Happy Mother's Day to somebody like this. We have to separate the difference. For the longest time, we've been doing this to men. We got to start holding our sisters accountable and our mothers accountable too. Let's talk about this next story. Let me arrange my screen real quick. Let me see. Let's move this one. Okay. Try to figure out which GoFundMe that is. Hold on just a second. Let me make sure which GoFundMe this is. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Some of y'all are going to get mad about this, guys. They put up I think they put up a GoFundMe. Let me make sure. Let me make sure. Some of y'all are going to get real mad about this one. But I got to say it. I got to say it. Let me see. Where are we at? Where are we at with the thumbs up? We are at 316 thumbs up. Can we get a few more people to try to get us to 400? So we need 84. 84 more thumbs up. We're doing really good. I know it's really, really late, and I'm sorry for doing this stream late. I promise the next time y'all see me, we're going to be streaming at 7 o'clock, not 11 o'clock. I'm so sorry about this, okay? I agree. I was just trying to be nice, but really was meaning the AFC moms. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I see my phone is vibrating. Let me see. Somebody. That's Ginger. Ginger, are you in the chat? Say something in the chat if you're in the chat, Ginger. Ginger said, you are a very honorable man, and I appreciate all you do. Thank you to the AFC family. And happy Mother's Day to all. From Ginger Reed in the chat. Thank you for that. I love it. Thank you so much. Also to, is it Chandra or Chandra? I want to make sure to put some respect on your name. You sent a Cash App and you said, thank you, love, with the heart emojis. Nice picture, too. If you're listening, I want to say thank you very much. I think it's Chandra. I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Let's talk about this. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 2021. It's Mother's Day, and I'm going to give a shout out to all the good mothers out there. The reason why I say all the good mothers with that preface is because I think that we need to start doing like what we've been doing with men for a very long time, and we got to separate the difference. Because if you don't separate the bad ones from the good ones, it'll taint everybody else and make it really will kind of hurt us all, right? And I know we have a ton of good mothers out there. And I think the majority of mothers, especially in their hearts, are good women, good mothers. And I want to give a shout out and wish you guys a happy Mother's Day. But the individual that we're getting ready to talk about, let me see if I can get her on the screen. This woman right here is one of those bad apples that I believe needs to be cast out. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to say some things that are not going to sit well with your sensibilities. So I ask that you guys listen with an open mind and an open heart, okay? Now, Memphis, Tennessee. We're learning more about the 10-year-old little girl, that baby right there, holding on to that money. Beautiful little smile. Look like she just has all the promise in the world. Beautiful little girl. We're learning more about that 10-year-old little girl who was stabbed to death by her own mother, allegedly. We will get more facts when the court dates start, but I truly believe that that's probably what happened. But let's talk about this, okay? Family members have identified the child, that baby girl, as Kamari Reed. Kamari Reed. Her mother, as you guys saw on the screen a moment ago, her name is Laurencia Reed. Laurencia Reed. Funny, a little bit of a funny name, but nonetheless. Laurencia Reed is facing a first-degree murder charge. And I'm going to tell you guys something. What I know about prosecutors and courts is usually when they charge you with first-degree murder, that usually proves intent. Intent. And they usually have pretty sufficient evidence to say, we pretty much know you did it. Okay? A first-degree murder charge and attempted murder charge for stabbing that little girl. Kamari's aunt, Tykitta, T-Y-K-I-T-T-A. Tykitta? I've never heard of a name like that either. Anyway, Kamari's aunt tells the news that they are hurt, they are angry, confused, and mostly saddened after losing 10-year-old Kamari. The aunt said that the family still doesn't know why her sister allegedly took her daughter's life, but she says right now they're just focusing on staying strong as a family. That girl was special. That smile right there. Let me see if I can go back to that baby's smile, because she does have a really nice smile. That baby right there. That girl was special. Kamari's father said. So shout out to the father. We did have a father speak out, so that's good. I know she's filled with emotion and heartache. The father grieves the loss of his 10-year-old daughter during a candlelit vigil. Candlelit vigil. I'm glad they did a candlelit vigil rather than a balloon release. Because why release? Well, maybe they did. Damn. I was just getting ready to give them credit. Looks like some of those people are getting ready to release some air litter. But a candlelit vigil would have been, it's just fine. Okay? Anyway. I know she's in a better place, and I know she's looking down on me, according to her dad. Now, Memphis police say that the child, who the family identifies as Kamari Reed, was allegedly stabbed by her mother, 29-year-old Laurencia Reed, on Friday at a Huntington Hills apartment in Raleigh. Neighbors say that they saw Kamari run out of the apartment unit scared for her life before she collapsed outside. Oh my goodness. Dang. That is a horrible way to go out, at the hands of your mama. And why? There is no excuse. There's nothing that baby could have did to make her mom that upset. There is nothing. That baby tried to run and get to safety, get away from her mom. Wow. I think that's a very selfish thing, because I've seen in a lot of cases, and I know it's not all cases, but I've seen in the stories that I talk about, too many of these stories where we have fathers who are willing and able to be in their children's lives. If the mom wants to give up on their children like that, they can literally just give the fathers an opportunity and say, you know what, Dad, take your kid. I don't want her anymore. I've had it up to here with your kid. Give the kid up. But you know, it's so funny how they will bring children into this world for the benefits that they can collect off of these kids, which we call that hashtag babies for benefits. They'll do that. They will prevent the biological father from seeing their kid, whether they're paying child support or not. They will make this man go through hell and hot water to see their kid. But oh, they'll have a boyfriend, and that boyfriend has unfettered, unmolested access to these kids. They don't even have to prove themselves as fathers, but if mom likes a man, that man can be around that kid all he wants to. That is a fact of too many cases. We've done almost 1,000 stories on this channel and counting. I have hundreds of emails that I can't even get to. I just don't have the time of the day. I could literally do this all day, every day, and would never run out of stories, guys. There's no reason I should ever have this much stuff to talk about. Rather than just giving this baby up. Give the baby to the father. Give the father a chance. But she didn't want to do that. And for that, I believe first-degree murder is perfect. Let's move on. This little girl was rushed to the hospital, but she died at the hospital. I've never seen her in a bad place. I love that girl with everything in me. That was my shadow. If you see Kamari, you see me, according to Takeda Franklin, Kamari's aunt. Franklin described the 10-year-old girl as funny, kind, bubbly child that got along with everyone. Franklin said her niece, leaves behind 2 brothers. Now, it makes me wonder if she lived in the house with those 2 brothers, or if she has 2 brothers with her dad. That I'm actually very curious about. Why did she specifically take this out on this baby? Not to say that she should have did more, but this should have never happened. But let's move on. First, she was not stable. She had to be resuscitated. Oh my goodness. This baby girl was stabbed 13 times. 13 times. That woman, that mother, stabbed that 10-year-old girl 13 times. You received, let me see. Thank you. I received my bag and shirt. Rain Dance, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I want to shout you out. Thank you for that. 13 times, guys, that's hate. H-A-T-E. That is nothing more than hate. And I can absolutely say that this mother never loved her daughter. She does not love her daughter. She is not sorry. She is not remorseful. I believe that she should definitely be convicted of that murder, that first-degree murder charge. Maybe even get the ultimate penalty under law. Could the children have been from different dads? I thought about that too. Thank you for pointing that out. Could be different dads, which means it's even worse because that means she specifically targeted that baby. Franklin said that her sister was set to graduate from Kingsbury High in the next couple weeks. However, she said the opportunity for her sister to walk across the Kingsbury High. How old is she? Hold on. What the hell? Her sister is... Where's it at? I sincerely hope that they're talking about somebody else. If she's telling me that 29-year-old Laurencia Reed, if this is the aunt, then that means Takeda, Kamari's aunt. It says Franklin said her sister was set to graduate from Kingsbury High. Is that a high school? What the hell? Let me look this up. I know we live. Y'all bear with me. I got to look this up. Oh, my goodness. Memphis, Tennessee. What the absolute F? It says Kingsbury High School, also known as Kingsbury Middle/High School, is a public high school in Memphis, Tennessee, and part of Shelby County Schools. So you're telling me she was set to graduate high school at the age of 29? After you already have 3 kids? Not graduate college. Not graduate from trade school or tech school. Nursing school? No. Ladies and gentlemen, the verbiage in this article, and let me shout them out so y'all know what me, WREG.com said Kingsbury High School at 29 years old. You just can't be that level of dumb. However, she said the opportunity for her sister to walk across the stage has now been stripped away. She's confused as to why her best friend did this to her. My sister is her best friend, Franklin said. Franklin said the entire family is just shocked by what happened. She said at the moment, they do not know what led to the events on Friday night. She said from her understanding, Laurencia was admitted to a mental health institution for evaluation, and they have not made contact. Let me tell you guys how I feel about mental health. First of all, Mental health is no excuse to commit murder. Let me repeat myself. Don't give people an excuse by saying, oh, well, they had mental health issues. I don't give a shit. Then maybe they shouldn't be parents. Maybe they shouldn't be parents if they present a danger to themselves or children. How about that? Mental health is never going to be an acceptable excuse for murdering children. Notice she only murdered 1 out of 3. That is intent in itself because she knew the damn difference. She didn't snap and just try to kill everybody. All right? Let's move on. An innocent child is gone and nobody knows the reason why. Nobody knows anything. We all are just feeding off the emotion that an innocent person died. Now, there was a GoFundMe, which is why I'm getting ready to talk about that picture that you just saw on my screen, right there with that baby holding that money. Ooh, I'm getting ready to make some of y'all mad right now. There's a GoFundMe that's been set up for the family to help with funeral arrangements and hospital bills. Let's talk about this GoFundMe real quick before I show y'all the news stories, because I'm the GoFundMe police. If I see something, I'm going to say something. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at the people who continue to use GoFundMe as insurance as opposed to using insurance for death, which is what it's meant for. They opened up a $5,000 GoFundMe and they had 124 dummies. 124 donors that donated and gave up $6,155. Let me point something else out to you if you guys can't read this on my screen. Do you guys see something wrong with this GoFundMe, the way it's written? Does anybody notice that? Does anybody see anything wrong with this picture? I'm going to sit this here for a moment. I just want to see if you guys see anything that's a little bit off. If you see something wrong with this picture, you know how they used to have those magazines? And they'll be like, if you see, what do you see wrong in the picture? And you have to pick out all the items that you see that are wrong. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you why I'm bringing this up. Here's why I'm bringing this up, guys. Okay? I know what the hell she meant. I don't give a crap what she meant. What I'm talking about is the education level. Okay? Let's talk about this. You remember how I just said that the mom was getting ready to so-called graduate high school at the age of 29 years old? Then you have somebody by the name of Akiria Reed, who is organizing this fundraiser on behalf of April Burks. So that means Akiria Reed is responsible for putting up this GoFundMe that says, "Help me bury my niece Kamaria. Anything will hail." Anything will hail. They need to go to hell for writing this GoFundMe. Let me show y'all the rest of it, because we are not done. You thought I was done? No, no sir, no ma'am. We are not done. Let me show you guys the message that's at the bottom. It says, "As we all know, my baby niece was stabbed to death." Then there is a space, then a period. Then she says, "She was so innocent and had her whole life ahead of her." And there was no comma after innocent, but let's move on past that. "If you met her, you'd love her." And there should have been a comma after her. "She is the sweetest ever. This is such a tremendous loss for my family. Then there's an extra space in there. And I, at this devastating time, anything would help. There should have been a period and then capitalized. Anything would help me and my family at this time. And they wrote it 2 times. To bury her. Like, who the fuck wrote this? Gucci Mane? What is bury? B-U-R-R-Y. Let me see if that's even a word. Oh, bury is actually a word. Y'all want to know what bury is? B-U-R-R-Y? So what she's saying is help me bury, which is having or containing burrs, B-U-R-S, or prickly, of speech having a burr. Help me prickly my niece Kamari. Anything will hail. Burr. Dre the Dream said, that's a cold paragraph, dog. That's a cold paragraph. Woo. I'm going to tell you guys, if y'all ever wondered with this story, if I might have been mistakenly saying that she was graduating high school at 29, then just look at your screen and you can see right there on the screen that this MFer not only can't spell, doesn't know what punctuation is to save their life, and then on top of that, and I've told you guys, if you're going to ask for crowdfunding, GoFundMe money, so you can prickly your niece, not to be funny, but didn't the mom actually prickly her own daughter 13 times with a knife? Not even trying to be funny with that one. She burred, aka pricklied, her daughter 13 times with a knife. Help me prickly my niece Kamari. Anything will hail. Nobody proofread this. And I've told you guys, if you're going to be so irresponsible to not have life insurance, the least you could do is donate some of this money for somebody, maybe not to write the whole thing for you, at least proofread it. Why can't you donate $100 and have somebody proofread this? Matter of fact, if you do it through Google Chrome, doesn't Google Chrome have a built-in spell check? Jesus. Google Chrome has a built-in spell check. If you write anything inside of Google Chrome, it's going to tell you, oh, you missed a period. Oh, bury is probably not, you didn't mean to put bury, B-U-R-Y. Anything will help. It would have told you it would have corrected the sentences. It would have done so much stuff for you. This is just really sad. The fact that we have that much help and we still screw it up. I'm sorry, and I know I shouldn't have spent that much time on that. Let me get y'all the fair usage. Let's get it. Sorry about that. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. I'm just saying, if you're going to have the audacity to ask for $5,000, the least you could do is write a proper sentence. Have it spell checked. Let's get it.
A Memphis mother accused of killing her own daughter and then leaving her teen sister now critically injured in the hospital. Thank you for joining us. I'm Janae Lewis. This whole thing happened last night inside of an apartment. A woman who watched the aftermath told WRAG's Sharita Patterson it's a day later and she is still understandably on edge.
Horrific and heartbreaking. Just some of the ways those living here inside the Huntington Hills apartments describe what they could hear and see Friday evening.
I look to my right, I see a baby running, and she just collapsed in the middle of the street.
That young child, just 10 years old, police are telling us. Detectives say the little girl was running for her life after being stabbed by her own mother, identified as Laurencia Reed.
It hurt my heart so bad. I cried for that baby last night.
The day after, this neighbor who did not want to go on camera is still wrestling with that heartache that will not go away. Understandably, she was shocked Friday night watching the aftermath of the deadly attack. She adds because things were so chaotic, she did not realize until later Reed's 18-year-old sister was also stabbed and left fighting for her life.
Rest the baby's soul and her sister. And tried to kill the little baby. The little baby tried to drown the baby in the tub with her.
This tragedy further compounded because there was yet another child who may have witnessed all of it.
Her oldest son got away. He ran. That baby ran.
Neighbors describe what happened here as deeply.
I hope y'all heard that because I didn't even realize that. They said the other child ran. Listen at this.
There was yet another child who may have witnessed all of it.
Her oldest son got away. He ran. That baby ran.
So it sounded like she was actually might have been trying to kill both kids. So where is the third kid? Did she have two kids by one person? This is so confusing. Listen at this again.
This tragedy further compounded because there was yet another child who may have witnessed all of it.
Her oldest son got away. He ran. That baby ran.
The oldest son got away because he witnessed it.
Neighbors describe what happened here as deeply disheartening, but it's also unsettling as they're struggling to understand what would lead a mother.
So this woman has 3 kids. There is an older boy. So I don't know, I don't know their ages because they didn't tell us. But she said her oldest son witnessed her killing the girl and he ran. He's a kid. I'm glad he got away. So I don't know. So where was the third kid at? There's a third kid. I want to know what a third kid is.
To allegedly take the life of her own child. But they have an idea after overhearing what they describe as a disturbing conversation.
She told the lady, the devil told her to do it.
The neighbor goes on to say, although she, as a mother of 2 herself, was crying for those hurt, she noticed Reed showed no emotion after she was taken into custody.
She looked like she was out of it. When they put her in the back of the police car, she's collapsed on the seat.
A crime neighbors say was committed with extreme cruelty against those most vulnerable, children. Reporting in Raleigh, Jarita Patterson, WREG, News Channel 3.
At last check, the mugshot for Laurencia Reed was unavailable as police say she is, quote, being evaluated. Reed is charged with murder and 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder. We'll let you know once we learn when she's expected to face a judge. See on your screen here, Memphis police say the 10-year-old was stabbed to death by her own mother. Family members have identified her as Kamari Reed. Her mother is now facing a first-degree murder charge and an attempted murder charge for also stabbing her sister in this horrific incident. WREG's Quimitra Wilborn joins us live outside of Regional Medical Center, where that 18-year-old is now recovering. Quimitra, you had a chance to speak with family at that vigil earlier this evening. I can't imagine how they're coping. What did they tell you?
Janae, 10-year-old Kamari Reed's aunt tells me family members, they are hurt, they are angry, they are sad. And
so are y'all saying in the chat that the 18-year-old she stabbed is herself? So there was somebody else that was stabbed also? Jay, it is the 18-year-old sister who was going to graduate. Oh, okay. She was also stabbed. Wow. I'm sorry, y'all. We're doing this live. And I'm telling y'all, I read multiple articles on this, and none of it made any sense. Okay, so here's what it is. And this is why we're live. This is why we have the live chat. So somebody in the chat said she was trying to kill all 3 kids and stabbed her 18-year-old. But only ended up murdering the 10-year-old. And the other child got away. This is so confusing.
They are confused by this entire event. She tells me they don't know exactly what happened that night, but she says right now they're just...
I thought they was talking about, and so I have to retract that. So it's not the mother who was graduating high school. It was the 18-year-old that was graduating. I still don't take back what I said about that GoFundMe, though. So I do have to retract that. It wasn't the mom that was graduating high school. It was the 18-year-old. So that actually makes a lot more sense. So if y'all are listening, sorry about that.
Just focusing on moving forward as a family.
The girl was special, man. It smelled right. That girl was special.
Filled with emotion and heartache, this father is grieving the loss of his 10-year-old daughter during her candlelight vigil.
I know she in a better place. I know she watching down on me.
Memphis police said the child, who family identified as Kamari Reed, was allegedly stabbed by her mother, 29-year-old Laurencia Reed, Friday night at the Huntington Hills Apartments in Raleigh. Neighbors said they saw Kamari run out the apartment unit scared for her life before collapsing outside.
We have, and I don't know how true this is, but I'm going to just take it that you guys are writing it in the chat. But somebody said the youngest kid, she tried to drown the youngest kid. Damn. Wow. Somebody else said it. The youngest baby, she tried to drown. So we'll, I'll have to hold my thought on that until I can find that information. They didn't put it out there. But thank you guys. If y'all are sharing that, if y'all know that's what it was, that's what she's being charged with, it's pretty messed up. Damn.
Police said she later died at the hospital.
I've never seen her in a bad place. I love that girl with everything in me. That was my shadow. If you see Kamari, you see me.
Kamari's aunt, Taikita Franklin, described the 10-year-old as a funny, kind, and bubbly child who got along with everyone. Franklin said her niece leaves behind 2 brothers. She said despite initial reports by Memphis police, only 2 people were injured that night, her niece Kamari and her other sister, Akira Reed, who's now recovering in the hospital.
First, she was not stable. She had to be resuscitated. She has been stabbed 13 times.
Franklin said her sister was set to graduate from high school in the next couple of weeks.
So, wow, damn. So they said, so she got stabbed 13 times? Wow. Wow. Guys, that is hateful. That is evil. Wow. You said, I bet the 18-year-old was trying to protect her baby sister. That's how she got stabbed. I can almost get that. That scenario actually does make sense. So I believe that scenario. I agree with you. Wow.
Stable. She had to be resuscitated. She has been stabbed 13 times.
Franklin said her sister was set to graduate from high school in the next couple of weeks. However, she said
and she's got her whole life ahead of her. She's trying to graduate and become something. And she got stabbed 13 times? Man.
Opportunity for her sister to walk across the stage has now been stripped away.
She's confused as to why her best friend did this to her. My sister is her best friend.
Franklin said the entire family is just shocked by what happened. She said at the moment they do not know what led to the events Friday night. She said from her understanding, Laurencia was admitted to a mental health institution for evaluation and they have not made contact.
The innocent child is gone and nobody knows the reason why yet. Nobody knows anything right now. We're just all feeding off the emotion that an innocent person is gone.
A GoFundMe page has been set up to help cover funeral arrangements as well as hospital bills for that sister that is currently recovering in the hospital. You can find that information on our website, WREG.com. Reporting live in the medical district from Jewel Horn, WREG News Channel 3.
All right, thank you.
Oh, this is just too much to try to process. First and foremost, to the family, I know I say some things that are not going to sit well with y'all sensibilities. I'm just sorry that y'all, as far as the extended family, had to go through this. The aunt, all the family members, I personally believe that this mother wanted to rob the father of an opportunity to raise that baby. She could have just given up custody. There was nothing that could have made her that mad to do what she did. Stabbing someone like that and then trying to drown the other kid, that's nothing but hate. That's intent. That is intentional. For that, this mother should never, ever, ever, as far as she should never be referred to as a mother ever again. This woman should go to jail for life and potentially face the ultimate penalty under law. To the 18-year-old, man, I don't know if that 18-year-old is going to survive. That's a lot of stab wounds. All we can do is pray and hope. And hope that she survives. I don't know that they said if she is going to or not. I'm not sure. To the other kid, I don't know the status of the other kid. They didn't give a lot of details. But one that we do know is this baby. Let me see if I can get her face back up here. This baby right here. Let me tell y'all why this is odd for me. The fact that they put up a GoFundMe, but our people are always flexing with money. Why? Why would they take a picture of this 10-year-old baby with money? Why? We know what it's supposed to symbolize, that we got money, we not broke over here. That's what that's supposed to symbolize. I know that's probably not what the baby is what this baby girl is trying to represent, but that's usually what the parents are trying to represent, is that our kids got money. We got money the long way. Until it's time for us to have money. Now we have all this family, all these friends, who apparently the funeral bill is too large for them to take care of, that they asked for crowdfunding, and somebody didn't even think enough of the crowdfunding to say thank you by writing a proper sentence, a proper message. So at least we can understand, and it's not unintelligible, trying to figure out what it is that you meant. You read that, and it was not in proper English. It had no punctuation. Ridiculous. It should be a rule. It should be a law that GoFundMe should reject any excuse me. They should reject any GoFundMe that is not written in proper English. They should literally do that. You're going to ask for that much money. You should at least donate some money to have somebody proofread the damn thing. GoFundMe should be used for life. L-I-F-E, for life. Life insurance is for death. GoFundMe should not supplement life insurance. My stance on that is very clear. I hope she gets the fullest penalty under law. She deserves nothing but life in prison with zero possibility of rehabilitation or parole. To that 18-year-old, we pray that that 18-year-old will survive and pull through. I don't know the details about that. To the other child, I don't know the details of that. I hope and pray that that kid will survive. But to this baby, 10-year-old Kamari, young princess, R.I.P. That baby deserved to grow up and become something great. We're the AFC, DJ Just Jay, we're the advocates for children, and we advocate for our children first. And this type of thing it has to stop. And we got to start putting some respect on these fathers' names. And if she wants to take this out on these kids like that, if you had those type of thoughts and stuff in your mind, you should have given up custody. Woman up and do that. Absolutely ridiculous. Do you guys mind if I tell y'all one more story before I let you go? It's about 1 o'clock here in Texas. Got one more story. I'm not going to spend a lot of time with me. Do me a favor and click that thumbs up. It will help share this stream Our goal tonight is 400 thumbs up. We are at 366. So we only need 34 more people to click the thumbs up. 34 more people. Please click that thumbs up. Bring us to our goal of 400. I could be happy with that. Let me see. This is the missing Las Vegas boy. All right, one more story. Let's talk about this. Oh, and you know what? I forgot to talk about it in that other story. The fact that they had already had CPS involved on that mother. So I'll leave that out. If I do an update, then maybe I'll bring it up next time. But CPS was involved with that mother, that Laurencia. CPS was involved in that story. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring this story to you guys' attention because we're hoping for a good outcome. I want you guys to take a good look at that smiling, beautiful little face right there. That little kid is missing right now, and we're hoping to be able to recover that baby boy right there. So we're going to need everybody's help to pitch in. If you see something, say something. We definitely want to try to do our part. Just try to spread the word a little bit if we can. Even if we just get a couple of views added to this. We definitely want to try to help as best as we can. But Las Vegas police are investigating a report of a missing 2-year-old boy last seen east of the Strip, the Las Vegas Strip, at about 3:11 p.m. on May the 5th. The child, identified as, let me see if I can get his name up here, his face. That is Amari, A-M-A-R-I, Amari Nicholson. And Amari Nicholson was reported missing in the 3600 block of Paradise Road near Sands Avenue. And of course, I have a lot of questions, like I'm sure a lot of you guys do. So I'll tell you my thoughts here in a minute. All hospitals are asked to check their registries for him and notify police. Authorities are asking for any leads or tips which might aid in their investigation. Now, previous reports of a body found in a nearby dumpster were unfounded. Anybody who has information is urged to call Missing Persons Detail at 702-828-2907 or 702-828-3111. There are conflicting stories from family members, so here is where it gets interesting. By the way, that picture is my favorite of the little boy right there. Just seems like a really, really good kid. The family says there are conflicting stories. So Amari's father, by the name of Jyrgio, Giorgio? Jyrgio. What's that spell? Giorgio, apparently. Wow. I've never seen that spelled that way. Or unless I'm pronouncing it wrong. I think that's the dad. We'll come back to it here in a minute. Giorgio Hayes lives in Reno, in the Reno area. He doesn't have much contact with Amari other than a visit in person last year in Henderson and several video calls. Sound familiar? Like a lot of the stories we talk about, dads only having limited access to their kids. Even though they have no limits to how much child support they can take from the dads, but you can limit how much time the dad can see with the kid. That's amazing how we pull that off in our society. But let's move on past that. Sweep that under the rug like it apparently don't matter. Anyway, he said, I don't know where my son is. And if anybody does, I just hope they can help me. Just tell me where he's at. He heard Amari's mother was in Colorado taking care of her mother, and Amari was in Las Vegas with her current boyfriend. Oh, the plot thickens. How many times have I told that story? They want to limit access to the father, but the boyfriends have no limit to the access to the children. That is crazy to me. I'm going to read that again. Amari's mother was in Colorado taking care of her mom, and Amari was in Las Vegas with her current boyfriend. That doesn't even make any sense. On Facebook, Amari's mother, Taylor Nicholson, left a comment that said her boyfriend had Amari. She said she was in Colorado and claimed Hayes' sister took Amari. I don't know who has him. All I'm hearing is that the boyfriend said, my sister picked him up. My sister did not pick him up. The police searched my sister's house and they know where she's at. They know where all family members are at, and they know I don't have my son. They trace me by my phone. They can trace him by whoever he was with. I'm going to let them do their job. Hayes said. That doesn't even make any sense. I can barely even read that crap. Anyway, an aunt from Amari's father's side is offering $30,000 in reward money for his safe return or info leading to his safe return. Anybody can call the missing persons detail at 702-828-2907 or 702-828-3111. This is an ongoing investigation and further details will be provided when they become available. Now, the family had originally said that the boy was 3, but his birthday is in the fall. You just can't put any logic to this at all. So I want y'all to think about this. So the mother of Amari cared more about her mother than she did her own son. She said she went to go take care of her mom, but left her son with her boyfriend. How does that make any sense? Why would you not take your son with you? Because I'm sure that the mom probably wanted to see the little boy. He's a beautiful little kid. He seems like a sweet, innocent little kid. He seems like he's quiet. I used to be really quiet. I still technically am. Even though I do the stream, I talk a lot. But I grew up a pretty quiet, reserved kid. Why would you not take your kid with you? Why would you leave your kid with the boyfriend? Why would they allege that the boyfriend's sister took him? Lastly, why are you preventing access from the dad to see his son? And then you felt the need to allow the boyfriend to have the kid over the dad? That makes no sense. And I'm going to tell you guys, especially being in Las Vegas, y'all know what they say goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. No, there is a lot of sex trade, sex trafficking, a lot of bullcrap going on out there in Vegas. And this is not the type of thing that needs to stay under the rug. This thing needs to be talked about, and we need to figure out what the hell is going on. Let's get this fair use popping. Let's talk about these videos.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
All right, let's go ahead and get this thing started. Let me see. You said, I love that this guy is for the children. I'm not going to lie, his voice is kind of annoying. I'm not trying to be mean, just being honest. Well, Sarah Connor, you can get the fuck off my page. How about that? My voice is that annoying? Then go listen to somebody else's voice that's not annoying. Because to be honest, it's bitches like you that don't do anything for society except complain and kick back and watch. I don't need that backhanded ass compliment. Matter of fact, let's do it like this. I want one of my new moderators. If I have a new moderator that just got their wrench tonight, y'all can actually block Sarah Connor. I'll let y'all block her. I'm not going to block her. I'm not going to waste my time. Because you're disrespecting the AFC and what we built by coming in here with your stupid comment. It's a waste of my time. So I'm going to wait, and I'm going to let one of y'all that got the blue wrench go ahead and send this person to the moon. Put Sarah Connor onto one of those experimental rocket emojis. I'm waiting on y'all. Go ahead. I'll wait. I'll let y'all block her. Get her on up out of here. It'll show me when y'all got her blocked. It'll pop up in my screen. There you go. Good job. Put those space rocket emojis in the chat. Say bye, Sarah Connor. I'm a Terminator fan, and your ass was just terminated. Don't get on my bad side. All right? Let's get it.
Yeah, we just got that photo from Metro Police. They've identified the young boy as 2-year-old Amari Nicholson. He's been missing for more than 24 hours now. Let's get a photo of Amari on your screen so you can take a really good look at this photo. Police say he was last seen yesterday near Paradise and Twain. Today, police had a big investigation there at the Emerald Suites on the corner of Paradise and Twain.
Had a nerve to say that my voice is annoying. It's so funny that my voice is actually saving children's lives. What has your voice done, Sarah, besides be annoying? How about that?
Crime scene tape was up. Detectives were coming in and out. Marked and unmarked units were there as well. Police told us this morning there was information circulating out there incorrectly, saying officers found a body in a dumpster. However, on scene, officers did go through trash containers, but at this point, we're told they did not find a body. One more look at Amari here. A missing child now more than 24 hours. He's 2 years old. Amari Nicholson. Take a really good look at this photo. If you know anything about what happened or where he might be, you are urged to contact the police. Now, based on the Metro Police call logs, the initial call came in. It was reported as a kidnapping. However, Metro Police have not released any details at this time surrounding the circumstances of Amari's disappearance.
Well, Marie, a lot of communities here in North Las Vegas are some of the most under-vaccinated, according to data from the Southern Nevada Health District. So we talked to community members here. Many who haven't gotten the shot yet said they're open to it, but have some questions. So we took those questions straight to a doctor.
As mass vaccination sites close down, health experts have a new strategy, targeting under-vaccinated areas and persuading the skeptics to roll up their sleeves.
We don't need to hear about that. Okay. This, I think, is the dad. Let's hear from him. Here we go.
And that's all. I just want my baby. He's a baby.
Tonight, the search for this 2-year-old, Amari Nicholson, is intensifying.
This place he was seen was on Paradise near Sands Avenue yesterday afternoon. That's more than 25 hours ago.
Tonight, the family's offering a $20,000 reward for his safe return.
Fox 6's Lauren Martinez joins us live with the latest on the search for Amari.
Jacqueline and John, Amari Nicholson's aunt first contacted our newsroom about his disappearance. Metro has not released any other information other than that they are asking the public to come forward. Now, there are a lot of conflicting stories from the family, but everyone is just hoping for Amari's safe return.
It's my baby boy. It's my baby boy. It's my baby boy. Yeah.
Sergio Hayes' 2-year-old son is missing. Las Vegas police say Amari Nicholson was last seen Wednesday afternoon near Paradise Road and Twain Avenue. Hayes heard Amari and his mother were staying at the Emerald Suites nearby.
I don't know where he is, and she don't know, and the police don't know. So he's kidnapped. He's gone.
Hayes lives in the Reno area and doesn't have much contact with Amari other than a visit last year in Henderson and several video calls. He's puzzled about whereabouts and upset police are questioning his family.
I don't know who has it. All I'm hearing is that the boyfriend said that my sister picked him up. My sister did not pick him up. And they searched my mom's house. And they searched my stepdad's house. And they searched my sister's house. And they tracked down my brother. Like I did something wrong. If you could track me down, track him down.
Amari's aunt on his father's side is now offering a $20,000 reward for his safe return or information leading to his safe return. Amari's father wants everyone to look out for his son.
Look outside. Tell your kids to look. What if it was your son? I will look for you. I want Amari to be found. Found. Down.
I'm going to tell you, I'm glad to hear a father speaking out. So that's good, man. Really is. But let me play a couple more videos real quick.
Now, Metro needs your help finding a 2-year-old boy who went missing yesterday morning. Amari Nicholson was last seen off of Paradise Road around 6 a.m. Police say he might be in severe emotional distress and in need of medical assistance. If you have any information, you're asked to call police at 702-828-3111.
Finger pointing and confusion tonight over the disappearance of a 2-year-old boy. Amari Nicholson has been missing for more than 2 days now.
And tonight we're here.
I think the mom should be under arrest. Just the fact that she left her son with her boyfriend while she left to go see her mother. That should be an arrestable offense by itself. That is horrible parenting. What mother would do that? By the way, happy Mother's Day to all my ladies out there, to all my mothers, the good mothers out there. Somebody please speak up in the chat and tell me, what good mother would ever do that? What good mother would ever leave her children with her boyfriend as opposed to the father? What real woman would ever do that? What real mother would ever do that?
From the boy's mother and her boyfriend, and they're now saying that someone kidnapped him. Fox 5's Joe VL joining us now with more on what the couple is saying. Joe.
Yeah, that's right. I talked to the couple today. Now, the mother flat out said some of what she's saying may certainly sound confusing to people, but she says someone took her son. She is struggling with a little boy who hasn't come home and wants the public to help find him.
Jeez.
It has been 2.5 days since anyone has heard anything about 2-year-old Amari Nicholson.
Panic mode, freaking out, crying, screaming, just my baby's gone.
That's the mother. I want y'all to pay attention to body language. Can somebody please post that in the chat? Body language. And tell me, does this sound just like the Orrin and Orson case out of California City? Body language. Arms behind the back and arms crossed. What does that body language say? This is the mom. Let's listen again. Pay attention to the body language.
About 2-year-old Amari Nicholson.
Panic mode, freaking out, crying, screaming, just my baby's gone.
Amari's mother, Taylor Nicholson.
Notice how she shrugged? I'm going to let y'all see it again. She, like that. Boyfriend. Y'all need to look up some videos on the FBI about body language. That will tell you so much. This indicates guilt on both of their sides.
Have days since anyone has heard anything about 2-year-old Amari Nicholson.
Panic mode, freaking out, crying, screaming, just my baby's gone.
Amari's mother, Taylor Nicholson, says she got the news her son was missing on Wednesday while she was in Colorado taking care of her mother who was attacked by a dog. She left Amari with her boyfriend, who considers Amari his son, at the Emerald.
I'm going to let y'all hear this again. You've got to be kidding me. Listen at this again. Why? They even told us why she was at her mom's house. Listen at this again.
On Wednesday while she was in Colorado taking care of her mother who was attacked by a dog.
Y'all hear this?
care of her mother who was attacked by a dog.
Not only are they staying at a hotel, let's move on past the Emerald Suite, since everybody gets mad about me talking about these crummy hotels that they be living out of. Think about this. She left her son, her heart, her baby that she would give her last breath for, since she loves her son so much, right? She loves her son so much that she left her son not with the dad, but with her boyfriend to go take care of her mother, who could be potentially twice her age. So her mom is probably about 40 or 50 years old, because she was attacked by a dog. And here's where the Advocates for Children steps in. Are y'all ready for this? This is why we use this term, and we say we advocate for children first. Your mother is grown. I don't care if your mama died of rabies. I'm going to say that again. I don't care if they amputated your mama's leg for gangrene. She grown. Can somebody put that in the chat? She grown. She grandma grown. She's already lived life to the point to where she got to see being a grandmother. If she was even a real woman, she should have known something was wrong when her daughter showed up without her son. Why would you not even want to see your grandson? You should have called your daughter out for that. Your daughter shouldn't have left your son with her boyfriend. That makes no sense. Even if your mama was on her deathbed, screw your mama. Screw her. She grandma grown. That boy's life mattered more. Please get what I just said. Thank you. Priority. Thank you. See, this is why I love the AFC. Thank you. We're talking about priority. Your mama, who's 50, 40, 50, 60, 70, whatever she is old, is not a priority. Guess who should be taking care of her? Oh, man, we getting ready to get into this. If grandma was worth anything, shouldn't grandma have a husband? Isn't that the husband's job? Isn't that why we should have marriages, nuclear families? Uh-oh. Is Just Jay going into this conversation again? Yeah, I think we are. Grandma should have a grandpa, a husband. If she's that needy, maybe a nursing home, potentially. Babies come first. This is stupid, and it's highly stupid. Ain't no way in the world I would ever choose my mother, my grandmother, anybody. I would never put anybody over my child. Not my girlfriend, not my wife. Understand me? Nobody comes before my daughter. That's what a real parent would do. But let's move on. Let's listen to the story.
Panic mode, freaking out, crying, screaming, just my baby's gone.
Amari's mother, Taylor Nicholson, says she got the news her son was missing on Wednesday while she was in Colorado taking care of her mother who was attacked by a dog. She left Amari with her boyfriend, who considers Amari his son, at the Emerald Suites near the Strip. Now, he says Wednesday, just after 6 a.m., someone knocked on the door.
And it was a woman saying that she was her baby daddy's sister.
Mm-hmm.
And she said she was there to pick up my stepson.
Terrell Rhodes says she...
Oh, my God. Why is the boyfriend not currently under arrest? Let me tell you why. Here's where Las Vegas police are messing up. He just admitted to giving the child away. Let me explain why that fool should be under arrest. Y'all ready for this? If it was the sister, like he said, then shouldn't he know who the sister is, what she looks like? So you only have one or two scenarios. Either he knows what the sister looks like and he gave the sister away to somebody who was not the sister, or option B, he didn't know who the sister was. And if he didn't know who the sister was, then that means he gave the kid away to just anybody without verifying who he was giving the child away to. Thank you, DJ Just J. You're welcome. His ass should be under arrest for that statement alone. And for Las Vegas not to be able to charge him for that alone, that easily should be worth about 15 years in jail. That right there. Only two scenarios based on his own words. Did y'all see how we got Takesha Williams arrested in Stockton, California over the death of Billy Simone Williams, who we're still going to be getting justice for that baby and the role that Takesha Williams played? Because her words got her caught up. His words literally just admitted to one of two scenarios. There is nothing else that could have happened. So that means he admitted to having custody of the kid at that moment, and he passed the custody over to another human based on his words. Regardless of whether it was a sister or not, you pass custody over to an individual. That either A, you knew it was the sister, or B, you didn't know that it was the sister. It could only be one of the two.
She was her baby daddy's sister. And she said she was there to pick up my stepson.
Terrell Rhodes says he called Amari's mom in Colorado.
I turned around to call her to tell her if this is this true, was this really prearranged? And as I'm doing that, she said she...
And he just admitted to giving the kid away and then supposedly trying to verify with the mom. These are about two stupid ass individuals.
To pick up my stepson.
Terrell Rhodes says
human beings should not be that damn stupid.
Called Amari's mom in Colorado.
I turned around to call her to tell her if this this true, was this really prearranged? And as I'm doing that, she said she don't need anything for my stepson. They got everything they need for him. And
if you didn't know who this so-called sister was, why did you give up custody? That makes no sense at all.
And basically just took off.
Nicholson says she missed Rhodes' call.
No, I was still asleep, so my phone, I didn't hear the first few calls until it was already too late.
Now this is where...
Now why would she sleep? Why would she sleep? Let me see if I can... Did they give the time? Let me see if I can find the time. If she's supposed to be out there so concerned about her mama who got bit by a damn chihuahua at 3:11 p.m. 3:11 p.m. Why would you be asleep at 3:11 p.m. if you're supposed to be tending to your mama who needed all your love and attention because she done got her foot bit by a chihuahua? She just so traumatized. And you had to be asleep at 3:11 p.m.? So you have to ask yourself a couple of questions. On May 5th, let's look this up. May 5th is a Wednesday. What does the mother do for a living? Am I asking too many questions? What does the mother do for a living? The majority of people in America have what? Jobs. Jobs. Let me point two things out. See, and look at his body language over there. Head looking down, arms crossed. She's looking out into space, not even looking at the interviewer. Body language, but we'll get back to that. Two grown adults on a Wednesday at 3:11 p.m. and nobody's at work? So how are they paying their bills? What do they do to make money? How are they living? Which would also point to their lifestyle. And if we know their lifestyle, then that actually would give us more insight as to what could have potentially happened to this kid and who might have possession of this kid. So if you ask me, I don't know if they into pimping and hoeing because it's the best thing going. I don't know if they shooting up crack, even though that stuff is whack. I don't know what they doing for a living. I don't know if they cleaning up hotels because they deserve to be in hell for neglecting and misusing and abusing this kid. I don't know if she was stripping, but she's definitely tripping. On a Wednesday, during the daytime, why ain't neither one of them at a job?
Don't need anything for my stepson. They got everything they need for him and basically just took off.
Nicholson says she missed Rhodes' call.
No, I was still asleep, so my phone, I didn't hear the first few calls until it was already too late.
Now, this is where things get a little confusing. The mother tells me she and Rhodes got into an argument about her being...
Look at the body language. His head is all the way down, arms behind his back. Her arms are crossed. She's looking everywhere except for the interviewer.
Away from Vegas and told him someone would be stopping by, but didn't say exactly who and didn't say why they were coming over. But you didn't know her though, correct? You never seen her? So
he didn't know her, never seen her, and did not verify before he gave the kid away. That should be an arrestable offense because he admitted to it.
But you didn't know her though, correct? You never seen her? So did you not know this person you're letting take Amari away?
I mean, from my knowledge, I already was told like someone was going to stop by, somebody was going to, but I never knew who. So I still had that in my head that somebody was coming by.
But bottom line, Nicholson says she never gave anyone permission to come and pick up Amari. She says Rhodes did not give Amari to the woman. She took him and just wants him back safe.
In this whole story, it sounds confusing. It sounds like we're lying. It sounds like, you know, it's just a big confusion.
Now, Amari's biological father, who lives in Reno, talked to Fox 5 last night, and this is what he said about Amari's disappearance.
I don't know where he is, and she don't know, and the police don't know. So he's kidnapped. He's gone.
Taylor Nicholson says she wants people to share social media posts and news stories about her son and be on the lookout for him so he can come home safe. And of course, we'll stay on top of this and let you know what's happening. Live at the update desk, Joe Vigil, Fox 5 News, local.
I'm going to tell you guys, this stinks to high hell, and I'm going to tell you, the Orrin and Orson case, Orrin and Orson West, that case out of California City, California, this sounds like exactly what this is. Like they basically sold this kid into whatever black market they sold this kid into. That boyfriend is clearly lying. He needs to be in jail. The mom is acting clueless because she facilitated this. She left, and I'm going to tell you guys this. If you take your children to the thug zoo, that boyfriend is a thug. He don't work a job. He's not a law-abiding citizen. He's a damn liar. Okay? And I can almost guarantee you guys this. I have not had to do one retraction story yet. I believe that I'm right about this one too. That boyfriend is lying, and I believe that when the evidence catches up with them, we're going to find out that his ass ends up arrested and in jail, and he's probably going to get jail time. But I think he needs probably life in prison just for the fact that he admitted that he had custody and gave away custody. Period. And admitted the fact that, I don't know who the sister is. I just heard that somebody was going to come pick him up. What does that even mean? You're a dummy. She should have never left this baby with that kid. But then again, she shouldn't even be a mother. This woman makes mothers look bad. She does not represent good mothers at all. She's not a good mom. She should have. And then the so-called grandmother who was bit by a little chihuahua chewing on her foot or some crap like that. Oh, she was bit by a dog. I had to go take care of my mama. So your mama was more important than your own son. That's stupid. For that stupidity, the mother needs just as much time in jail as the boyfriend. They don't need to be in our society anymore. They need to be on the first thing smoking into outer space. Let's pray for that baby. I don't know what a baby is, but we're going to pray for a positive outcome. But y'all know all too well that these type of things usually do not have positive outcomes. Put a prayer hands up. Let's pray for that baby. Let's hope we can find him. Amari Nicholson, prayer hands up, young prince. We hope to be able to find you, especially before it's too late. Prayer hands up. We're going to keep looking for you. Let's get justice for this baby, okay? I'm DJ Just J with the AFC, and we put our children number one. We put them first. From my heart to yours, I love you guys, and thank y'all for listening with an open mind and an open heart. Y'all have a great night. Have a great day. Peace. All right. Thank you guys so much. Let me see. That was... I saw you in the chat. You said something about Cash App. Let me see if I can find your name. Nayla Moore. Because it might not have updated. Okay, my phone just vibrated. It might have updated now. So let me check. So Nayla Moore, let me know if you're still in the chat. Are you still in the chat? If you're still in there, let me know. Yes, you are. Okay, good. Here we go. Nayla in the chat showed some love by way of the Cash App and said, F them both lying asses. Hashtag babies for benefits. And young sister, I got to tell you, I believe that you are 100% right. I think we're right about this. How many of y'all think they're lying? I agree with Nayla. Thank you, Nayla. Thank you. I agree with you. I think they're both lying. This is so sad, man. They continue to keep doing this to our babies. Just to get the benefits off of it. It's really sad. Let me also say thank you real quick. I hope Chase is still in the chat. Chase said, I would send more, but Mother's Day got me. Well, look, Chase, I'm going to still shout you out, and I'm going to say thank you. Thank you, thank you. Showing some love. Chase donated twice in Cash App, said, good job. Thank you very much if you're listening. Chandra, if you're listening, said, thank you, love. Definitely appreciate that. So, Chandra, if you're still listening, thank you as well. Let me also say thank you to Stephanie, to Amber, to Lynn with a B, Jimmy D, thank you. Let me show some love to the PayPal side, to my friend, amazing advocate right there in the chat. That is Leanne Engel. Leanne, if you're listening, thank you very much for always showing love. I cannot thank you enough for always being in my corner. Let me also say thank you, Dominique Holmes. Let me also show some love to Rhonda Moore, if you're listening. And I hope you were able to hear me tell you guys where do I purchase the t-shirts. If you like shirts like this, Babies Lives Matter, the links are in the description box. So you can find this shirt among many others in your size, and you can also find different color schemes. So make sure you guys check those options out. Even if you want to make the logo bigger, smaller, I think you could even change that as well. All of that stuff is built into that site. TT said you donated by way of Venmo. Let me open the Venmo real quick. Let's see. Hold on just a second, TT. Let me check real quick. Let me see if it came through. Says a possibility. That's her pimp. Yep. Definitely a possibility. I'm telling y'all, I don't know if y'all have seen any pimp and hoe situations, but that definitely looked like a pimp and hoe situation to me. And it looked like he tried to get some cash off of her kid and came up with a cockamamie lie the way that they did. So let me see. I think this is TT. So just want to say thank you for bringing light to these baby stories. I think that's TT if I'm not mistaken. But I do have a Venmo. The first letter is a T. Last letter is an S. So if you're listening, I think that's TT. I want to give you credit for that. And I want to say thank you very much. And also show some love to Ginger. And I also want to say thank you to Muse. Muse, if you're listening, donated 4 times by way of the super chat. So if you're listening, thank you very much. Let's show some love to our sponsors, and we're going to get up out of here. Y'all have a great evening. Peace.
Nora's Authentic Designer has some of the most glamorous and stylish handbags your girl has ever seen. So ladies, if you want to get fly, and fellas, if you want to take care of your lady, please be sure to go to www.noras915.com. www.noras915.com. That's right, www.noras915.com.
Hello listeners, come mask up with Keyline Designs, where you reap what we sow. We offer essential handcrafted face masks made with 100% cotton, equipped with a built-in filter and a slot for refillable filters. Our masks have many uses like riding motorcycles, ATVs, while out in public places, outside exercising, lawn and gardening, and helps prevent the spread of germs. We offer bling, sports logos, monograms, many assorted fabrics and colors. We make child-sized masks starting at the age of 2. Come join us today for the launch of our new website at keylinedesigns.com. Please be sure to like and follow our page on Facebook. Our links can be found in the description box of this video. Thank you.
All right, real quick.